going down, Commanders. I just want to go over something that's... I know I've probably beaten on the drum about this fucking far too often, but the biggest issue with Kixeye I've got is... This is the hardest thing that breaks me the most, is I'm willing to work with Kixeye. And a few of the guys that are running with me are willing to do exactly the same thing. We wouldn't need compensation at all. We would work with Kixeye to flush out bugs, test new stuff if needed, make sure it works as intended for the princely fucking price of fuck all. But we would want to be listened to. When we say there's cheats back in the game, without any of the Kixeye bullshit, denial or blatant we don't want to hear it mentality. This is the biggest issue. Me and the team passed everything we had. Just the start of last year, we passed everything we had. All the information we had about the cheats, everything. We passed it. We passed it over to Kixeye Mod, or one of the game teams itself. We later found out the moderators we was passing it over to wasn't passing any of the stuff over to Kixeye. They was just ignoring it and then going about their daily jobs. I'm guessing it's being a yes man, you have to do that. But even the stuff that we passed over to the Kixeye team itself, they just ignored it or denied it and basically lived in denial and just wouldn't entertain the fact that we was on fucking the ball with it. They needed to learn that we wasn't fucking lying. And then you get to the point where you've got to go public with it. So it's not 5 or 6 guys just calling it out. There's hundreds of people listening, thousands of people eventually getting a clue into what's going on. So then the 6 voices become 100 voices, become 1,000 voices, and so on. And only that at that point did Kixeye actually listen to us and entertain the fact that there was a big problem in the game. And that's fucking sad, you know. They could have... hang on, let me get to the point. Let me... It was after that, right? We 6 guys. We was all passing the information we got from Kixeye. At one point, I had all the cheaters PMing me and boasting about their fucking cheats and everything they had in the game. And I was saying, right, we know it's there. We ain't stupid. But fast forward 3 months, just after last Christmas. Fast forward 3 months, Kixeye had to ban 3,000 people and make a big song and dance about it like they was doing everyone a favour in the game. We know that turned out to be a false positive. It was fake. It was 3,000 people banned. Maybe a few people that didn't coin got permanent banned, but 99% of the players got their account back and they're back in the game, which was fucking sad to see. But we was vindicated. We was validated in what we said at the beginning. At the beginning of the year, we was validated in everything we said. The proof was right there in everyone's faces. No one could argue anymore that HMTL5 blah 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 isn't cheatable. They can't have cheats in HMTL5. That was the big fucking lie. Now, if Kix had listened in the first place to the message and the information we passed to them, we could have got to the bottom of the cheats a lot sooner. They wouldn't have had to make a big song and dance out of it, boasting that they've banned 3,000 players or suspended 3,000 players a lot sooner. It could have been fixed if they didn't just wipe it under the fucking table or wash it under, sweep it under the rug. They could have got there. They could have done it. They could have sorted the fucking game out a lot sooner without the big song and dance. A few players should have got a ban, and a few players still should be banned now to this day. This in turn made us understand, you know, Kixeye's not going to listen to 5 or 6 voices, and it's just not going to work. We have to put it to the masses. We have to put it out there. We have to get the voices behind us. We have to get the players saying, all singing about the same thing. Without that, there is no point. We're talking on deaf ears. For anything for Kixeye to give a shit about, you have to have the fucking players behind you. The majority of the players. I'm not talking about the cheats. I couldn't give a fuck about them. But the good players, the players out there that want to play a free game, a fair game. Not a free game, but you understand, a fair game. And we want everything on a level fucking playing field. We have to have the players behind us every single time. So, coming to the end of the video is this. How fucking dumb does it have to be for a customer just for a company to ignore things until it gets so bad that they make themselves look like fools? Why did it have to come to that part of the game where they wouldn't listen to us and they wouldn't listen to the other people that are speaking out against it? They would just ignore. The moderators are fucking just yes men, basically. They're just there to say yes to everything Kixeye says. You're so good. Puff smoke up their arse. Instead of being honest and true and doing probably what a lot of these guys become moderators for, is to try to make change in the game, to try to better the game, to try to improve it. They've just become yes men because the money that they're getting paid to be moderators outweighs the actual fucking the game now. The money's there. There's a ton of money being thrown around to these moderators, and they're happy to just say yes to everything. But it made Kixeye, the company, War Commander, Steel Front, it made them all look fucking stupid at the same time. And why does it have to get to that point? Look at the bugs nowadays. Kixeye don't even come out and say, yes, that with the Claymore, yes, it's bugged. We know we're going to fix it. Enjoy the fucking unit until it's fixed. Blah, blah, blah. Have fun. We will fix it. We ain't got no ETA on the fix. We know it's broke. Same with the Hive. 4 months. I think it's at least 4 months since the Diamond Tech come out. The Hive's been bugged. And it was only once they see it was fucking being used in the event bases to make it easy, a piece of piss to kill the event bases, did they actually acknowledge it. When it undercut their bottom line, did they actually acknowledge the fucking Hive bug? How bad's that? Why does it come to that? Why does it come to that Kixeye don't care unless it's hitting their bottom line? You know, and you look at the bugs that don't affect their bottom line, they just ignore anyway because it's not affecting their cash inflow. It's sad, and I don't know what else to say. I'm willing to work with Kixeye. I am willing, but I'm not a yes man. I'm not a yes man. I'm not going to go there and puff smoke up their arse. If I see something that's not working as how they intend it to, or it's bugged to fuck, or there's a way around to manipulate it so you can become a stronger player without being a stronger player, then of course you've got to be that person that goes, right, this is not working. This is not right. There's too many yes men at Kixeye. Way too many yes men at Kixeye. Until they stop that mentality, they won't stop the rot within the fucking game. The game's just going to keep rotting until the point. Most of my guys now ain't playing War Commander. They're playing other games. They find other things to do because there's nothing for us to do. Kixeye just seem to think that 2 events a month is all they need to do. They don't need to follow through and come forward with ideas to keep players in the game throughout the week when there's nothing to do. They think this is how to keep players in the game. These what you're looking at now, these all these old bases. Yes, it will keep a small population of the game base in the game that maybe need a catch up, but it won't keep many of us in the game. When they drop new bases, when they start to drop new forum bases, so we can all work them out together, get videos up, the community can fucking join in. It brings all the players together. New medal bases, challenge bases, whatever you want to call them, bastion bases, advanced material bases, the list goes on. Until they understand that to keep the players in the game, to keep us interested, they need to do more than just 1 week monthly event and then a half-hearted second event throughout the month, is the point when they're going to get the players to come back into the game and to want to play. This isn't going to keep the players in the game right now. The only thing I'm going to hit these bases for right now is to test maybe a few the new tanks out, the Abrahams. I'll probably hit a couple of these Omega bases and see how the Abraham does against them. That's it. That'll be the end of my game. It's sad. It's sad to watch, and you know, they won't listen to feedback. They won't listen to their own player base. When they're calling out, they're crying out for fucking things to do. They want to be in the game. They enjoy the game. We would have stopped long ago if we had had enough of the game. I would have stopped long ago. I still believe that there's good people at Kixeye. I think they're very few and far in between, but there's still people with passion there. Definitely. The last event weren't that bad. You know, the first day was how it's supposed to be an event. It was tricky, trying to work out the best way to do the event, and it weren't until the second or third day that everyone got everything sussed, and you know, we was all comfortable doing the event, and which is how events should be. It should never be fucking piss easy. Day one, just ruby things in. And as for the cheats, you got to listen. If we come to you and we tell you there's cheats in the game, Kixeye, I'm afraid we've proven that we was right, and we've proven a lot of people out there that said HMTL5 was unhackable. It was worse. It was the worst it's ever been in fucking years. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with that, guys. I know I'm rambling on, and I will put it in the title that it's a rambling video, a whinging video, whatever you want to call it. Crying video, whatever. It don't matter. The proof is in the pudding. We're a good bunch of players I've got here. I've got a lot of trust within the group, and we would fucking test things for nothing, because we love the game, we enjoy the game. If you want something testing, come to us and say, look, can you have a look at this, and we'll test the shit out of it. But you won't, because you've got this little gripe in your teeth that we're bad for the game, we're not good for the company, we're too negative, is your latest fucking craze. Too negative. Anyway, take care all. Peace out.